18 of Reasons to Hope. This week we're talking about gratitude and patience, because with spring here we can see the process of seeds being planted in the earth, and we can start to think about what it takes to grow something from a seed to a giant tall tree. So last week we talked about going out to our metro parks for Arbor Day and getting those saplings that I showed you. This week I planted them in the ground, and now I'm thoroughly obsessed. I can't stop looking out the back windows of my house and watching these tiny little twigs. Every single day I take them water, and I hope that they'll grow, and I cannot believe that at some point they will go from being half a foot tall to 80 feet, and they will live for hundreds of years. They will outlive me, and I may never even see them grow to be as tall as they possibly could be. So this is incredible, and it takes a great deal of patience. And I don't know about you, but patience is not something that comes easily for me. So I talk about that over at rootandvinenews.com for this week of Reasons to Hope. Thank you again all for being here. It's so good to see you back again. And thank you for commenting, leaving us all kinds of reasons to find hope together. Just hashtag Reasons to Hope at Root and Vine News throughout the week on Instagram. Today, we have a very special guest. I am so thrilled to welcome. She is working with us at Root and Vine, and she also has a really exciting background story. She has been advocating for artists in the music industry. She's an artist, a Billboard charting artist herself, has won numerous songwriting awards, and she is, most importantly, a mother of a toddler that she chases around Southern California out in the great outdoors. And she can also be found every night with her husband. I guess there's some sort of chopped competition going on in their kitchen, which she may tell us about. But without further ado, I would like to hope Jessica Patterson. Jessica Patterson coming all the way in. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for letting me join.
Thank you for joining me. Where are you?
So I am in Huntington Beach, California. So beautiful location, just a little bit less than a mile from the beach.
No fair. That's incredible.
Yes. So we take advantage of that for sure.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was going to ask you where you go to be inspired outside, but I guess the answer would be right there.
It's certainly a big part of that practice. Yeah. And it's really that beautiful change, right? Where the water, it meets the shore, and you just witness such a dramatic change, but such a simple one. And, when you first witness it, when you're right on top of it, you just see waves, and you see a little bit of turbulence, but then a few steps back, and it's just stunning brilliance. And so I just find that really magical. It's my place of peace, certainly.
Oh, I love that. And it's a dog beach, right?
Yes, not the whole thing, but yes. And you did mention that I have a toddler, and we do not have a dog. So we actually take him sometimes to the dog beach to visit the dogs, so that we're not quite ready in our space to have that. I want him to be a little bit older, but it's just I said, my happy place, that is his happy place. He gets to play with the dogs, and they're just, a dog at the beach is just pure joy. They are happy. Those dogs are happy. So it's pretty fun.
They know where it's at. Well, I love that he's living vicariously through the neighbors of Huntington Beach, and I love that you get out in nature like that. So I wanted to ask you, as always, we're here to talk about reasons to hope. What's been giving you reasons to hope these days?
Yeah, and for me, it's been a season of change and uprooting, and but also a season of healing. So a little over a year ago, 3 weeks after my son's first birthday, my husband had a regular routine kind of doctor visit, and unfortunately we found a cancerous tumor that at first we thought wasn't that aggressive, and found it early. Great, we'll deal with it, we'll be past it quickly. But the more we got into it, the worse the news was getting, and it was becoming aggressive, and the words were getting more intense, advanced, and they started to use all these words, and all of a sudden it's just this swirl of chaos. And the ability to process it becomes very difficult because you're in the position of wanting to do anything you can, but also the position of just confusion. And that confusion can really lead you to a place of uncertainty and questioning, and why is this happening, and how do we see this as something beautiful, or is there anything beautiful in this, or is this just awful? And to reconcile that is a real battle that I'm sure others maybe have gone through, and I hope that this can be uplifting for someone else to walk that. It's difficult to go through. It becomes dark, it becomes heavy, and you have that questioning of, am I going to stay in that place, or do I believe in something else? And it's a real reconciliation of, is the light brightest out of the dark? Do I really truly believe that? Can I say thy will be done in the midst of that storm? It's hard to talk about. And to go through that, you really find that the light does become the brightest that it's ever been. It changes everything about how you see every single day. From the moment you wake up in the morning, you realize the breath. When you take a breath in the morning, that means that there is more right than there is wrong. You were given that day. And that is what changed. That is what changed. Everything about how we approach our priorities, how we approach family, how I approach work, everything about that question changed, of what is important today, and how am I going to spend today? And before, we always say, oh, you take time for granted, and we take all these things for granted. But to then have that practice, a conscious, intentional practice of every morning taking that breath and saying, I believe that something good can come out of this day. And then you become a vessel for saying yes to whatever the good is that needs to come out of it. And that is what it's a different posture. And then you can confidently say that, yes, the light does become brighter. You can be the light in that situation. And so that is really the season of healing that we are in, and we're believing for. And I hope, there's healing beyond just our family as well. There's a lot of hurt going on, and a lot of change, and a lot of suffering, and a lot of loss that's been happening during this time. And so, I really hope for others as well that this is a season of healing, that we can find these places that are just truly light and beautiful, and we find those ways to live each day a little bit differently.
Is there a verse or something that you've held close to your heart through this time?
Certainly, I have plans for you, and they are plans for good. I repeated that over my husband, and over our situation many times. And the thing about that is there's no time frame on that. And that can be hard to reconcile. But that is certainly one that, I hold very closely. But there's so many that, are really about that perspective shift. And I think really the healing is coming from that change of, what can I say yes to? What was I too busy for? What was I sort of saying yes, but not really jumping in, what are those opportunities that I can just serve someone else? Mm-hmm. And that is really, those are the things that we're trying to hold on to as much as possible.
I love that. That's a beautiful, thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's a beautiful place to look to this week, I think, for all of us as we write the book of hope together and continue to note down our daily 5 and get back together next Monday. And for all of you here with us, Jessica, I hope you'll be joining us many times on Reasons to Hope in the future. So we'll be hearing so much more from you and learning more about you. I know you dropped a couple songs onto our Reasons to Hope playlist. What were those songs?
Oh, I did. And they're good. Go listen, guys. The first one, many people probably know, it's Holy Water, We the Kingdom. I completely jam out to it. I just absolutely love it. It's a great way to start the day. The second one is Take Me to the King by Tamila Mann. If you've never taken the time to listen to it, talk about someone using their gifts to the full ability of, it is off the charts. Wow. So take a moment and listen to it when you get a chance.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Everyone, you can find Jessica's picks on our Spotify playlist. You just go to rootandvinenews.com. In every single week of Reasons to Hope, we've got a link out to that playlist, and we continue to add songs to it based on what you guys tell us where you're finding hope. So keep those comments coming this week. Tag us at Root and Vine News, #Reasons to Hope. And thank you, Jessica, so much for joining us. Thank you all for being here, and we will see you next Monday. Bye.